All right, so let's talk a little bit about how we're going to be handling things online from here on out. So, in addition to this video, I've got this document that I have uploaded for you guys, and so I just wanted to walk through with it here in this video just a little bit. So basically the game plan is this: since we're going online for the rest of the semester is what I'm anticipating, we're going to basically continue our work on our research paper through our writing workshops with some additional things such as some additional discussion forums via Moodle to help us along. Now, basically how Moodle is going to work from here on out, just go ahead and note that when you go into your course, and I'll go into this one right here as a sample, you're going to basically see on the main page, and I'll return to this and point some things out from you. Okay, so you'll see here you have the announcements. Let me go ahead and switch this over specifically to the way you would see this. All right. And so you'll see that there were announcements, course syllabus, course calendar, but I've got some new information here. So I've got an update on the current situation. So this is a little questionnaire that when you click on it, all right, it's going to ask you to answer some questions. Here are the questions. To better help me, basically, tell me your situation. Are you well? Your family? Okay. Are you following the class blog? And the last question I have here is specifically asking you to let me know what your technology situation is. I've already had some students contact me about issues with their laptops still being here on campus, which I know you will be allowed, I think, to come back and get it. But if there are other extenuating circumstances, please let me know so that we can try and make accommodations as possible. Okay. Now, let me back up here. In addition to this, I also am going to have a little area for us. I don't think it's currently active because you'll see the activation date here. But I'm going to have a collaborate area where you guys, between a time, and I'll probably end up changing this. I think I'm going to make it from 1 to 3. But this will be a time where Monday through Friday, and so I'll go back and alter this. I will be available online, in person, through this section here, and not to mention emails, okay? Or if you need to, you can text me as well. Please note that if you text me or email me, make sure that you specifically tell me what the issue is that we're discussing so I can address it quickly, okay? And that's what I'm walking through right here. Same things, okay? So now I want to examine, see some things about how we're going to do things online. So online practice and method through Moodle. So basically what we will do is everything will be taking place on a weekly basis. All right. Typically you're going to have somewhere around 2 discussion forums. And these will basically be you responding to some sort of lecture, video, or whatnot that I will post for you guys that week. And you will be asked to do an original posting by a specific date, and then typically 1 to 2 replies. Now, I've already established an area, so you'll see here, this is what comes next, that week 11 area. There's nothing in there at the moment, but this is where we will start on the 23rd, and we will run a 7-day week, running from Monday to Sunday. So you see 23rd to the 29th, so that's Monday to Sunday. Inside that little section right there, that is where you're going to find the discussion forums, okay? Now, the discussion forums, of course, will be linked, connected back to our blog. Now, and I will try to basically do what I can to make sure that everything is synchronized a little bit. Now, the class blog is going to run basically as normal, okay? So this is where the material that you will respond to on Moodle will be posted. So I will continue to do my weekly little updates like I've normally been doing. And then in addition to what I typically post on, say, Sunday night, which is that little weekly overview, I will basically be on Mondays, see here, Mondays and Wednesdays, I will post additional material, usually lectures, videos, etc., that you will then go and respond to on Moodle. And I'll try my best to provide links so that you'll know if you're reading it on the blog, here's where you need to go on the Moodle page, and so forth. And then if you're on Moodle, it will direct you to where you need to go on the blog to read the material. Usually in the discussion forums, I'll probably go ahead and include a link to where you need to go read the material before you come back and answer it. Okay. Now what I have below here is sort of a general calendar of how I'm going to handle things. And I'm going to go ahead and give you a heads up of a general idea of what each of your discussion forums each week is going to be. So let's take a look here at week 11, which is March 23rd through the 29th. And you'll see that I pushed back some due dates we'll talk about here in a second. So you'll have two forms, 1 and 2. Now the first one, you'll see that you are asked to post an original posting by Wednesday night, and then 2 replies by Friday night, and this has something to do with a lecture material I'll be posting on argumentation. You'll see that the second one, though, there's a little bit of a stagger here. The second one, you actually have until Friday to make an original response and Sunday to make replies. Okay, and this is so that we're interacting with each other on the discussion forums. And then specifically, you'll see here on Monday night, March 30th, which is rolling into the next week, you're going to be asked to post something in a forum that will appear in that same section for week 11, March 23rd through 29th, called Argument, Part 1, which will be the first 3 paragraphs of your argument section with integrated sources. So I'm going to be asking you to post things as we move along here so that we can see that we're making progress. Now, rolling into the next week, you'll see that we're continuing to talk about argumentation. We're going to continue to talk about MLA some more. Again, pretty staggered with typically a Wednesday to Friday, Friday to Sunday kind of example. All right. And then you'll see that I'll ask you the next Monday to post 3 more paragraphs. So this is the idea here that we'll be creating something and moving things along. The next week, you'll see here that we'll be our last week dealing with argumentation, and this would normally when you would have originally turned in Writing Workshop 3, but we've pushed it. And if you go to the blog, you'll see the dates. And then we will actually, during this week, actually start talking about Writing Workshop 4, which is the counter argument. And you'll see here that Monday, April 13th, which is when Writing Workshop 3 will be due. Right, this will be Writing Workshops 1, 2, and now 3. You will get brief digital feedback, where normally in the past I tried to give you oral feedback in class. Now when you post it, I will simply go read it, go into the comments section, provide you some digital feedback that you will be responsible to go back, look at, and then address moving forward. Okay, so week 14 here, we're going to get into the counter argument. I'll have material, we'll talk about it, we'll get it ready. And then you'll see here, you'll actually be posting that on April 20th. You'll see here Writing Workshops 1, 2, 3, and now 4. Again, feedback. Now, moving into week 15, April 20th through the 26th, there is only one discussion forum because this week is what we're going to be focusing on as our peer review. All right, so you will post your peer review draft. You'll be giving more guided instructions. These are just general outlines for the discussion forums. When I post these, there will be much more detailed information, so please make sure you read them. And I will try to my best to create little video lectures along the way to help guide you too. And then, of course, you'll reply to 2 of your classmates by a given time of Sunday, April 24th. All right. Actually, I need to correct that. That's not the 24th. You need to make that correction. My apologies. That should be the 26th, because then on Monday night, the 27th, you'll actually go ahead and put your rough draft research paper to a submission forum. Now, here's something to keep in mind. This should be a complete paper from Introduction to Works Cited. If it is not the full 8 to 10 pages in length, that's okay. That's something that we can address, and I will be addressing in my feedback to help you. I will then be posting feedback sometime between Tuesday, April 28th, and Thursday, April 30th, because during this week, after you've turned this in, there will be a response feedback form. There will be 2 forms, but only one of them is required. Okay. The first one and the only one that's required will be this one here, where you will ask questions about feedback. The other one will address questions about the portfolio, which you'll be getting more detailed information about, because that's what you will then turn in on Friday, May 1st. You will turn in your research paper plus revised reports 1, 2, and 3. Now, there will be further information coming along as we go further, so there will be more details to this, but I wanted you to have this and have this video as kind of a guided walkthrough of what to expect. Now, I'm going to go make some corrections and get this posted for you.